Leiter has been fantastic. I have like 5 straight scoreless appearances for Leiter going through. Williams has been able to right the ship, as they say, but Weaver has proven it from last year, where it became stellar down the stretch and through the playoffs, and he's been excellent once again once Williams failed. First of all, any read on Devin Williams? Is he back to himself?
I think he looks a lot better. I think the changeup is kind of coming on his own right now, and it just feels for me like the more he pitches, the better he is.
My question is, when is it time, or is it going to be time, to switch him and Weaver back, or do you leave it how it's going right now? I like the way it's going. We saw Devin Williams.
It'd be insulting to change it now, wouldn't it?
Insulting
To feel that way, like you can't do it again.
We saw Devin Williams handle a setup role. He's done that before, and he's done it extremely well. So why not? I mean, if it's working right now, as long as you have guys in that clubhouse that are willing to swallow their pride and say, you know what, this is what's best for the team right now, I think it's great.
Not only swallowing their pride, but throughout their careers, like Devin Williams has been one of the best as an 8th inning guy.
100%.
Right? So why kind of change the mojo if you've had a guy in the 9th since last year do the job? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right? I would even say, like, to go to your world now, within the culture, right? It's supposed to be a meritocracy. You reward excellence. It doesn't make sense to me. It would go against all of that if now you say, hey, you know what? Since he's the name guy and he was the top reliever, now that he's been able to fix himself, we're going to put him back in there. It would be a kind of a, you don't buy that? See, that would bother me. If I'm playing, and I'm not, but if I'm playing, it would bother me and say, wait a second, Weaver earned that back. And by the way, he was closing out postseason games last year.
Oh, I'm with you on that. I don't think Booney is going to change Williams to the 9th.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that would happen.
That would be a disruption to the hierarchy, I think. Weaver's earned it too well.
I think for me, when you look at the two of them, there's a way to make a case that you can go matchup dependent, right? Like, you can talk to them and say, hey, you know what, sometimes you'll be in the 9th, sometimes Weaver's going to be in the 9th. And you can say, it depends on the matchup. And I think that's a perfectly fine sell, and I think they would buy into that. And then you get a dynamic where you don't have to rely on one guy. And that doesn't have, and maybe that takes a little bit of what Devin was feeling at the beginning of the season, and maybe it makes it easier for him to transition back into that. By the way,
you just earned your way back on MLB Now tomorrow. That's an excellent point.
Hey, I'm back here. Let's go.
I will say this.
Forget your weekend.
Weaver's like a rubber arm. I mean, they use him 3 days in a row. I mean, they have no problem with that.
But you're right. In the modern game, if you say to a guy, if you say to Weaver, hey, by the way, heart of the order is in the 8th. We're using you in the 8th. That's still the leverage, and then Williams will close out. That works, I think, right? There you go.
Yeah.
No? You're not buying that?
I just think, like, it depends on the matchup. If you have 2 lefties coming in the 8th, but let's just say it's the 6th, 7th, 8th guys in the order, I feel much better with Devin Williams than I do with a guy like Weaver.
I'm okay with that. I am.
Williams was dreadful, though, early on. Again, I like
that changeup.
Yeah, I like it when it's working.
It's working right now.
It's working now.